Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it's all about classic bodybuilding. And today we are training chest and shoulders, and I will be showing you the basics, but also alternative ways to perform the basics, to stimulate your muscles in a different way and to switch it up. Because it's important to change your training style every once in a while, and this doesn't have to be drastic, just minor changes sometimes, like changing up the rep range, the exercise order, or adding supersets and drop sets can already change it up plenty enough. So we are starting out with the bench press, and always make sure to touch the bar to your chest, as I'm doing right here, using a full range of motion and control the weight. And during every exercise, by the way, I added which set I'm doing and what weight I'm using, by the way, to make it a little more clear for you guys. So, the set that I'm about to do right now is controlling the negative. And this is one way to really target the muscle in a different way. Because time under tension is one aspect to make your muscles grow. And this definitely increases time under tension, and also when your muscles lengthen under stress, and that's what I'm doing when you're stretching the muscles. When you go through the negative, you stretch the muscle. And when they are lengthened under stress, they are heavily stimulated to grow as well. And that's exactly what's happening here. It's a unique feeling, and I recommend you trying this out for sure. And I'm actually going to failure here. I pretty much always do that on the bench press so that I know where I stand strength-wise, and then the next time I always try to beat my previous session. Okay, it's time to do this Arnold style. I always wondered what it would be like to do some kind of benching without a shirt, just like Arnold did back in the day. And it's pretty refreshing actually, but yeah. Fortunately, the gym was pretty much empty during this morning, so I decided to give it a shot. But as always, I like using a wide grip and letting the bar go down to the very top of my chest to feel that ultimate stretch in the upper pecs. And now we are going to do another alternative method, and this time we are doing a drop set. But not just one drop set, no. We start out with 100 kilos, and every time we decrease the weight with 10 kilos on each side until there is only one plate left. So I will be benching 4 times in a row, which is pretty exhausting, believe me, but that is the point. You have to let your muscles experience something very different sometimes to stimulate it just a bit more than usual. But even with drop sets, as exhausting as they may be, you gotta keep your form intact. It is all about targeting the muscles that you want to target and not include other muscle groups, which is what would happen if you change your form. So the bar has to always come down all the way to your chest, feel that stretch, and at the end of a drop set like this, you will have a great pump. Give it a shot, guys. And this is just going to be a regular exercise, the cable flies. And I try not to lean forward too much because then I would target my front delts more. But what you can see is that when I stretch my chest, I go forward, I lean forward a little more to emphasize the stretch. That's what I like to do. And I like to find a good balance to where I can feel my chest stretch and contract really hard. And this is a great exercise to practice if you have trouble contracting your muscles through mind-muscle connection. Because that was a cable exercise, so the weight will always be pulling on you as opposed to a dumbbell exercise like this. This is the Dumbbell Pullover, which I love very much, as you guys know by now, which requires at least some control over your muscles, and in this case, your pectoral muscles. Because when the dumbbell comes back up, you have to consciously involve your chest in the movement as much as possible in order to leave the lats out of the equation. Because that way it's an awesome chest finisher, which I recommend everyone to do no matter how this exercise feels to you at first, because it will be worth it once you get the hang of it. And as we progress through the workout, we start working on the delts. And I pretty much always like to start working on the side delts as my first shoulder exercise. A lot of volume is required for me personally to get those round capped shoulders, and this gets you a great pump which automatically delivers fresh blood to those muscle cells and helps them expand into growth. And this is an all-time classic exercise which I learned from watching some of Arnold's workout footage. And it really makes sense to do this exercise in an incline because then you won't lose the tension on the muscle even when going all the way down. This does happen when you do regular side lateral raises, the ones I did before this one, and that's why I always like combining the two to target all the muscle fibers I can and make sure I finish them off properly. And from the side delts we move over to the rear delts. And I don't target the front delts today because I already targeted them heavily during the chest exercises, which is enough for me personally. This might not be the case for everyone though, but I highly recommend working on your rear delts more anyway. And I got this exercise, as you can see, from Sean Ray, and this time I am performing them correctly. This really gets the blood flowing into those posterior delt muscles, and again, I like using volume on this. Really make sure you get a great pump in that area and activate those muscles. And this exercise, and I'm not sure how to call it, but I like to call them rear delt rows, because that's exactly what I'm aiming to hit here. You also automatically target the traps during this exercise, which is a great segue into the following exercise. But as you might be able to see, my rear delts are constantly contracted and activated throughout the motion. Don't make it just a regular back row. Really focus on the upper back, mainly the rear delts and the traps. And the traps is what we are focusing on right here, on the Shrug machine. And you can do this on the Smith machine as well, by the way, or a regular barbell, because it's important to be able to hold the weight in front of you and then superset it with shrugs holding the weight behind you. And this way you target both the height and the thickness of the traps simultaneously. And for me, it has always been the thickness that was a weak point, which I have been working on for a good while. And for others, the height of the traps is a problem, but doing this exercise, it solves both problems at once. And this is basically my finisher set, doing as many reps as I can and burning out the traps, making sure I got everything out of them to end the workout with. So this was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you for watching, and lots more to come, because the summer holiday is closing in, and the amount of quality videos you will see then will be astounding. Just you wait. But most importantly, don't forget to stay golden.